Design options in Revit allows the user to create several different options of designs within the same project file. This is usually a portion of the overall design that allows you to look at different layouts or different designs without having to create extra or multiple Revit files. I've created a small design of a little office building, and we'll take a look at several different design options for the entryway. You can see I have a lobby here with a conference room behind it and some offices surrounding it. So we'll take a look at different layouts for the entryway, maybe a square one and a circular one, and maybe even a third triangular shape. And we'll do that all within the same project file of Revit using the Design Option tool. To begin with, I'm going to create a rectangular entryway with an entry door. Now we'll need to create the different design options. To do that, we'll go to our Manage tab and we'll look at the Design Option tool. Before I do this, I wanted to show you how you might create design options if you had already started one main design. What I'm going to do is select the portions of the design that I do not want to be part of the main model, but actually as one of my design options. And I'm going to cut this out of the model, Control X. That's okay that this lobby room is no longer enclosed, because when we add these walls back or create new ones, it will become enclosed again. The next step is to create my three different design options. If we go to the Manage tab, Design Option panel, we can select the tool here. We'll create an option set here. Before we go any further, we'll rename this option set so we don't lose track. And we'll name this Entryway. Now I could create more option sets, and that would be in addition to looking at the entryway. Maybe a different option set would be this circular wall here. Maybe we want a straight one or a U-shaped one, and we could create another option set for that. But we won't do that for now. We're just going to look at the entryway. Under the entryway option set, we'll need three options. And to create those, we will look here. So we have one right now. We'll create another new one and one more. And then we can go back and rename them. Maybe this one is rectangular. We'll rename this one circular. And the last one we'll rename triangular. Now that we have the three options, we can go ahead and create walls or design options to go with each one. You can see that the rectangular one, the first one, is the primary one. That's the one that will show in the main model. It won't be part of the main model. Everything you see here in the background is part of the main model. That's because we've created these design options with this already created. That's how Revit defines the rest of this being the main model. Anything we add to any of these options will be part of that option. So we'll go to the rectangular option, and we'll edit the selected, and we'll close the dialog box. One thing you can notice is up here in your design option panel, you can see that the drop-down menu has changed to rectangular primary. This is a fast way to change between the options that you've created as you're designing each one. Now that we've cut the rectangular walls and the doorway to our clipboard, we can go to our Modify panel and paste them back to the exact same place. And you can see that they are darker than the rest of the model. This is Revit's way to illustrate to you that the main model is halftone and the design option of rectangular is in bold. If we change our option up here to main model, everything goes to a dark, or by category, line type. So let's keep going. If we change to circular, the main model goes back to halftone, and the rectangular entryway is now disappeared. So now we can create a circular wall. And put a door in it. And now this is part of the circular design option. If we go back to the main model, it goes to the rectangular one. And that is because the rectangular one is our primary one. If we change the circular option to the primary by making it primary, now this one will show up when we go to main model. Our rectangular one is still there, and our circular one is still there. It's just that the circular one, because it's primary, is now part of the main model. I'm sorry, it's not part of the main model. More correctly, it is shown with the main model. Let's go to the triangular one, the last one, and create a triangular entryway. You can see that even though the main model is halftone, you can still use it to modify the elements in the other option. For instance, the trimming of the wall there. So now we have the three options, and we can show quickly the owner or anyone the three different options. And we can go to the main model. If you go to design options, you can also select one, and you can edit the selected option. That is the same thing as coming up here and changing to here. This is much more efficient by using the icon and the ribbon. The last thing we'll take a look at is if we wanted to show the three options on one title sheet. So we'll create a sheet and we'll put the three on there. Let's close that for now. The way we'll do this is we'll need to create 3 new copies of the floor plan. So I'm going to come to my project browser and right click and duplicate with detailing 3 times. And I'll rename each one to match the design option that we've used. And then we'll put those 3 onto our sheet. Now that we've placed all 3 copies onto our title sheet, you can see that they are all showing the circular entryway. We need them to show the different options. If we activate one of the views, we can right click and activate the view. We can change this to the rectangular, but you can see how it affects all 3. It's showing, all 3 views are showing the most current most current design option. So we need to go into each view and modify what design option that view is going to show. Again, we'll right click and start with the first one, and we'll activate this one. We'll type in VG for Visibility Graphics Override, and at the very last tab you can see that we now have a Design Options tab for this view. And we can select that tab and pick under Design Option, for instance, the primary one, the circular one. Nothing has changed because it was already showing that. But if in case we change the main model to be a different design option, it will now stay circular. So we'll right click and deactivate the view. We'll come to this one, activate this view, VG, go to design options, and this one we can pick rectangular. Hit OK. And you can see that this one now shows the rectangular entryway, and this one shows the circular. And the very last one will be the triangular. And that is how you show the different design options in different floor plans.